Um, yeah. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, I got the mic right here. Doot, 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 doot. And let me know if this is... Check, check. What's up? Check, check. What's up? I have to delete that. All right. We're about to go live in like 10 minutes. I think that I'll post this video after it's finished. I won't delete it, so you'll be able to watch it through. This might be the first 10 minutes of nothingness until I go live. I'm just doing a couple settings, making sure everything's in order. The audio, I have this fan running. I don't know if you can hear it. It's cold in the studio, so I need this heater. But we're getting close. I'm excited. Mute that. Do that too. And I have to delete the other video, which is in here. I'm gonna go to YouTube Studio, videos. All right, I'm gonna undo this just while I go on my phone so people can't see it, because I think this will be part of the recording, unfortunately. I'm just waiting closer to 4 o'clock. It's 3:48. I repeat, it is 3:48. Hot. Hot. This is in focus. Got all my drawing utensils. It's kind of making shadows over here. Not the biggest fan of that. All right. Should I flip this? No. All right, we're pretty locked and loaded. Just skip ahead if this is, if you're watching this when it's not live, skip ahead of this part. I apologize. I need to triple check everything. So it's pretty... Why can't I change this? Alright, no stress. No stress, no stress. We don't want that. Yo. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, alright. We're gonna turn this one off. This one off. Can I also mute myself until then? Alright, 5 minutes until we're gonna go live. I know, I'm sorry. Skip ahead if you're just rewatching this video after the live is over. Okay, 5 minutes. we're gonna get this party started. We're gonna put this on. This phone is officially, we're gonna make this public. We're going to edit. Oh, first we're going to delete this video. More actions, delete forever, Premiere, understand, delete. See how long that takes. And then we're going to go public. All right, so we should be public. Yo, what's up? We should be public now already. I'm just going to post this to Instagram to make sure everybody is is on board and knows what's up. Story. What is up, everybody? What is up? What's up? So we're going to paste this link. Okay. Done. How is everybody doing? I'm gonna draw a few things. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I just want to post this to Instagram so everybody's aware that I'm live, and just so I'm gonna be on here for like 2-3 hours, so quite a while. You have school? We're live. What's up, Thubin? All right. 2 seconds. Let me just do this.
For the next 2+.
Ooh. All right. So, first of all, can you guys hear the fan? It's cold in here, so I have this fan blowing on me. And so let me know if you could hear the fan. If not, not really. A tiny bit, slightly, not badly. I'm gonna keep it on for now because it's cold and I'm gonna freeze in the studio. So if it gets worse, I mean, maybe I can lower this mic, but maybe I'll just, or maybe I'll turn my actual master mic down. Yeah, okay, people say it doesn't. I'm gonna turn my mic down. Maybe you could turn your volume up. Maybe that will help. I don't know. What up, Matt Bell? It's really quiet, don't worry. All right, sounds good. Thank you. So we're gonna be here for the next few hours. We're doing some drawing. I have this whole new live stream set up, 2 camera angles, and so it's gonna be a learning curve. But in this software, I've laid up these drawings. You see these on the screen, hopefully popping up. So we're going to be drawing all three of these hopefully today. These are just like reference photos that we'll get into. And then I'm just going to be chilling, hanging out, answering questions. I have this super chat because the chat room usually gets so hectic and crazy with hundreds of people asking questions or saying what's up. So if you have a burning question, desire, just use the super chat. That way I can rant about things if you're interested. I've never done this before, so this is the first time for me as well. Quite excited. We got some stickers here. Drawing utensils. We'll wait a couple more minutes for people to flock in. I want to look at it on my phone to make sure the stream just looks right. So all right, looks fine. All right, we're out here. Right on. So, usually I go live like every single week, every single Sunday for the people on Patreon, and I just thought I'd go live publicly. Maybe I'll start doing it once a month on my YouTube channel. But that's like the best part of my Patreon is the live drawing painting sessions every single week. I just happen to get more gear to do this kind of bigger streaming setup, so I wanted to test it publicly. Also, this super chat, have people used that before where available on public or members only videos? Okay, this is public, so maybe the super chat doesn't even work. I don't know. If someone wants to try it, test it out. So yeah. But yeah, okay. So for the people asking, I'm gonna do a couple drawings. I'll probably start with this one of this girl. I'm gonna be using pan pastel. And these, you could see the Instagram handle right here of this artist because this is original artwork that I'm copying just for practice. I'm not claiming it as original artwork, but that's the Instagram AVV art. So whoever made this painting, they're very awesome. I go through Instagram all the time, pull pictures that I like, just for reference for practicing, and same with like these other pictures we're going to use. This is you can see the artist there. What does it say? I can't really read it on this screen right now, but that's the Instagram handle. And then this is another artist, an academic drawing. His name is Oliver Sin. So this is all awesome reference just for me to copy and for me to practice. I'm just sketching right now. Oh, look at that. George Pyle. An old friend. So it does work. Okay. So I was worried. I've never done this before. Again, the super chat. So you could see that one by George Pyle, $2. And I'll try to look into the stream as much, or the chat, the live chat as much as I can. But I'm going to be drawing, obviously, and I want to talk about the drawing. So if people have burning questions or they want me to talk about a situation or get my take on something, just hit it in the super chat. That way I'll actually be able to see it and respond to it. Other than that, I'm going to take the questions from my patrons over at Patreon. The link is in the description if you want to become a patron. And then I'm just going to be drawing and talking about it. So here we go. All right. So again, sorry, there's like a million buttons. So I'm using a pan pastel. And you can't see the utensils right now. I got all this stuff right here. We can scoot this over a bit. I'm just going to be using a pencil and pan pastel. This is charcoal, though. This is charcoal powder. Yeah, so pan pastels are awesome because you're using the medium of pencils and charcoal and stuff. So you could use an eraser and it's easy to maneuver like that, but you get this like big surface and it's kind of like painting with charcoal, and it's very nice to block in. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm actually going to put this in here because this is a better holder. The lid. Oops, we got some. Sorry. So, yeah, I got this. I'll keep this up here. And so, yeah, just for this image, you can see on the screen, you know, there's nice shadow shapes and light. So we're just going to kind of block in some of that stuff to start out. And that's like, I like to do that more often now than just like trying to outline it, you know, with a pencil, the shape of her face. And you could do it that way. There's no correct way. This is just a good way to start. And so there's no pressure. Let's just make a little box of where I'm gonna start and finish that. So like we'll do it in between this kind of thing. There's kind of like a tilt to her head. And we want to do like, you know, it's like kind of like this. I'm just making some marks. Okay, George. I love you, George. What's up? George asks, what brings you to come up with new ideas and always staying creative with new ideas? So a lot of people ask this about just like creative inspiration. I just paint what I love to paint, like all the, like this sort of stuff. You know, there's two compartments. There's like traditional drawing, and then there's like my fantastical stuff that I like to do. So, you know, like the fantastical stuff, the Cyclops, sorry, it's hard to focus on both things. The fantastical stuff is just the stuff I like to make, or I get inspired, or I watch a TV show, or I watch a movie, or read my fantasy books that I love, and I just like, you know, Cyclops, or making my own characters. And then from that, you can kind of build on those ideas. And if you have concepts in your mind, you can flesh those out and continue building. That's what I do a lot. All my characters are like kind of, you know, unified in a way. There's kind of like a lot of continuity to them. And then like with traditional drawing, kind of like what we're doing now, it's more kind of like getting your chops and trying to speak the language. There's not as much creativity. Obviously, you are creating and you're drawing portraits, but it's more of observing and be able to replicate and use the different, you know, elements of the language of painting and drawing in order to execute things. So that's sort of the different stuff. And there's a delineation between both, and I've said this before, but that's just how I feel. So I'm looking over here for my reference. I have an iPad, and then I got this super chat over here. So if you see me going like this, that's what I'm doing. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go like this. There we go. Okay, that works better for me. Okay. So back to the drawing. Let's get some things. And so blocking in just big shapes. So I kind of have the generic shape of her head. Look, I could tap that out a little. I just want to get some, you know, her tilt might be too intense here. But she definitely is kind of tilted like that. We'll get her skinny neck kind of right here and right here. Something like that. And we're just going to block in, you know, real big block in. What is your response to someone who, you know, asking to draw them for free? Well, you know, every situation is different. Lauren, I don't really know. Are they expecting a really big drawing? Do you usually do portraits for friends? Are you selling your artwork? How long are you planning on spending on the artwork? I wouldn't really know what to say. Only you can kind of decide that, weighing all of those different options. But I mean, you know, you should never work for free. Even if it's your friend should be supporting you. That's what I think. So maybe there's some way you guys can like make a deal. I don't know. But yeah, never, unless it's just a homie or it's a gift or it's a something, then don't work for free. That's how I feel. But again, you gotta weigh those options. All right, so shadow shapes. You see, I wish I had a cursor on my screen. I don't think I can. But if you see the reference photo on the screen, the right side of her face is in shadow. So we're going to hit this, that forehead spot right there. And then from her forehead, there's kind of this eyebrow into the nose. That's all in shadow. So we're just going to simply block these big blocks of shadow in. I'm not getting too technical with it, not getting any detailed. It's going to get messy. But this might already be too this whole kind of size and shadow. This might be too short, too long already. Sam Mori, who's actually the moderator of the Patreon, says, "What's up?" Thanks, Sam. What's up? Ben Edwards, do you ever reach out to people for commissions? No. When I was starting out and my YouTube channel wasn't as big, yes, I totally did. Family members, uncles, aunts, people, because you can never know. That was by Ben Edwards, actually, the question. You never know who's going to be into your art and then pay for something and then maybe recommend you to someone else. So word of mouth actually has gotten me more commissions than I thought. But I don't really reach out for commissions. Unless you mean, do I reach out to buy artwork from people? Is that what you mean? Maybe I'm confused about the question. I haven't done that. I would love to, actually. I buy a lot of artwork. Well, not a lot, but a couple of my friends are artists. I've bought some of their work because I love it. Also, some more famous artists, I guess you could say. I've collected some artwork as an investment / I love them. I have a print from Andrew Tischler, who I love, who's on YouTube. I also have a James Jean print. So yeah, sorry, I maybe have misinterpreted your question. Ben. Dylan Hurst, do you think it's cheating to use a projector or an enlarger for a bigger project? Great question. There's an answer I think is the only answer. If it's your original artwork, like say you drew some digital artwork on your iPad and it's an original character, say like I did this Cyclops on my iPad, and then I wanted to paint a mural. So I projected this digital image, or even a pencil sketch. If I took a picture of this, put it on the computer, and I projected that on the wall and traced it over, I don't think that's cheating at all. I think that's just being smart, because, it takes a lot of time to trace something, or put the block in stage of a mural. So if it's your original artwork, you could project anything you want. If you're projecting other people's work and then tracing over that and copying it, yeah, then that's copying, and that's not good. If you're claiming it as original artwork, that's still not good. That's obviously not good. But even if you're just mimicking and giving you're giving credit where credit's due, then that's fine. But like if you want to be able to draw without tracing, I do use carbon copy paper for some of the acrylic paintings, because I will a lot of the time draw on the iPad and then kind of print that digital drawing out, so then I could, replicate it right on a canvas. And so that just saves me time, but I can still draw it without the iPad if I wanted. So that's just how I feel, and it's good to practice without copying or tracing. That's how you improve. That's how you internalize stuff, right? Not that I'm any teacher, but that's my opinion. But I've certainly used carbon copy, and I've certainly used projectors. Dylan, good question, and we could talk about that more. Smo Nova on YouTube talks about that a lot. There's a lot of artists who talk about that, and I think it's pretty unanimous that if it's your original artwork, you could project carbon copy anything. If it's your conceptual, intellectual property, you know what I mean? Saints Sinner, do you draw every day? How do you keep up with art? Do you draw every day? How do you keep up with art? Do you find yourself losing motivation sometimes when trying to stick with your goals? That's another great question. I don't draw every day. Some days I do. Some weeks when I have projects, or if I'm trying to film a video, or if there's like a painting, then yeah, I will, I think, draw every day. Some days are a lot more than others, but no, I definitely don't every day. There's a lot of other work that kind of goes into this YouTube channel, or this business you can call, all the work I do. So it's not every day, but it's a lot sometimes. And I'm like a fan of small obtainable goals that lead to a bigger picture goal kind of thing. So I have like daily to-do lists sort of thing. I have, weekly goals. One of my weekly goals is to upload a video, a YouTube video every day. And so within that goal, there's a bunch of stuff. There's editing, there's filming, there's actually painting, or whatever that project is. So that's one goal that I have per week that I always have to pretty much hit now. And yeah, so I'm just a fan of like making goals. And yeah, I do, I don't make crazy insane goals that I can't obtain, because then you're going to be let down always, right? So you just got to be realistic with stuff you want to do. And I mean, everyone always says, especially for like drawing or trying to get better at drawing and practicing and stuff, like it's, obviously if you drew every day, you would become so much better, and that's like the goal, but it's super unrealistic, especially this age. Or if you're younger, you go to school, you're trying to hang out, and drawing every day for an hour or two is sometimes hard. I mean, that's what it takes, and you should, if you're really serious about improving, obviously you should draw as much as you can, just like playing soccer or learning a language or whatever you're trying to do. But you just have to be realistic about goals, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right, we got 400 people on. Hells yeah. All right, I don't have any super chat questions for the moment, so I'm going to spend some time talking about what we're doing here. So, not that good. I was pretty distracted, but you could see the general form, the shadow shapes and all of that. It's coming together. It's kind of similar, and this is all I wanted to do with the pan pastel. So now that I have this kind of rubric, I'm going to go in with my pencil, and I'm kind of going to make these shapes a lot more clean, concise, and correct compared to the shape. So it might be a little long. I don't know. This hair is tweaking me out, but I'm going to use this drafting pencil. And yeah, we're going to start kind of filling in some better shapes and some better... and this is 4B lead, I think. I think so. And so we're going to find her. One of my patrons asked. I asked them for some questions, and I got some questions from my patrons that I'll answer. It's kind of hard to draw and talk at the same time, but I'm doing my best. So let's go to Patreon. If you're not a patron, you could join for $5 a month. We go live every single week. The link is in the description. I might do these lives on YouTube like once a month or every other month, but I go live every week and we draw. And we've been doing it for the last 2-3 months. And so oh um so Bren from my Patreon asked that he says, I know you've been to Florence for a course or to study. Can you tell me about it? For how long? Did you learn a lot? Would you do it again? Curious about your answer. See you tomorrow. Okay, great question. So yeah, last summer I went to Florence, Italy on a trip through my atelier. And an atelier, I'm not gonna school everyone right now, but an atelier is basically a painting drawing studio. That's all you do, traditional painting and drawing. And so through that, they do trips, like 2.5, 3-week workshops. And so I was trying to go on one, and I said I'd film a demo. So through my videography, and I also was attending that atelier, I got some money off to go on this trip to Florence, which was so epic. And we were doing classes. One of our teachers from the atelier went there, and so she was kind of doing classes at the Florence Academy of Art, which is one of the best ateliers in Europe, and Europe has like the best ones. Italy specifically, I think the Angel Academy is out there. I actually know that. That's where Cesar Santos went, and there's a bunch of just super epic places where it's very traditional, very academic drawing. So if you don't know what that means, that's all good, but that was the place for it. And so yeah, I learned totally a lot. I mean, I was already going to the atelier, which is a similar kind of curriculum and environment as Florence. It just so happens to be in Florence, which is such an epic place. It's just beautiful, and everyone there is like really amazing, talented, and so you're kind of just in that environment that just gives you a bit more juice and gas to have fun and do all that stuff. But it was like, I think 14 days of drawing, and we split it up with models. And so there was 2 different poses for the whole week. It's like half the day is kind of demos. The teacher, mixes color or shows you how to do a portrait, or just like little demos of painting. And then the next half of the day, you're just working with the models, painting and stuff. So yeah, it was dandy. It was quite a great time. This is kind of looking like a guy right now, but we'll hopefully fix that. And so yeah, would I do it again? Of course. Actually, right after that trip, that was in April of 2019 or 2020. I forgot. And in June, I got a grant to do this Rome program, which was kind of more watercolor, and it wasn't like the academic drawing world that I was used to and actually really enjoyed and wanted. Like, I really like the environment of traditional drawing and everything, and it's really amazing, and you learn so much. But I did it because it was an unbelievable opportunity, and I got a bunch of money off through this grant, and yeah, it was great. And so we were in Rome for a whole month, all of June. It was so hot, but we were sketching outside pretty much every day using watercolor. Some teachers, not the best teaching I've got of drawing. I don't want to rip on anyone, but it wasn't to the caliber of like an atelier, but you're still just painting and drawing every day, going to these amazing locations. So it was such a great time. And yes, that's kind of my thing. And like another great thing, like before the pandemic, like that was like the best way. Cause like now that I'm doing YouTube full time, like I can't go to school, I can't take like weekly classes. I just don't have enough time. So like the best thing that I really enjoyed doing, and I did like this wonderful artist named Jennifer Gennari. You could look her up on Instagram. She paints probably the most amazing lifelike, alive, beautiful strokes, color, animals, dogs, cats. She's quite incredible. And she was in New York. She was having a painting demo. So I went to one of her demos, and it was so awesome. It was just so awesome. And you can't really do that anymore because of the pandemic. Which is, it's fine. That's the world. But yeah, demos are great, and seeing like a really real deal professional artist like use the paintbrush, use the palette to mix, and like do all these things. It really helps you learn. Like, granted, you're not practicing along with them, but just seeing it is so helpful. And so like I watched her paint this Dalmatian for like 4 hours. And it was incredible. And you're just sitting there. And she answers questions while she draws. And this is all a little whacked out, I'm thinking right now. Hold up. I just had to fix that jawline a little. It's still not terribly good, but that's fine. So yeah, I see the chat going crazy. So if you want me to talk about something, just hit the super chat. I don't want to be annoying, keep saying that, but I can't read all of these. I can't read all of the live chat. But hope you're all well. And let's talk about this where we're at right here. So this is super. I've been really taking my time because I've been talking, but the strategy of kind of blocking in and then kind of filling in from there. As using like the big masses of shadow as a rubric rather than like just a pencil outline. That's what I'm kind of doing, and we'll continue to keep going further. I just want to make this neck nice, and this is like very quick. This isn't something serious, so there's no pressure, and it's not going to be perfect, that's for sure. Let's do this. This kind of comes out like right here, right? This too. Something like that. So yeah. And I recently got this pan pastel whole kit. Like the first time I used it was in a YouTube video not too long ago. And it's so fun. I really enjoy using it. I really do. It's really great. Really simple, just neck stuff. Don't need to do any of that really. This actually is extremely light over here, so I can erase some of this. Her neck might be too long for this, whatever. Just leave it like that. And it's like the thing that makes her a woman, a female, I think, in my opinion, is like the eyes and lips. The nose is small and kind of petite also, but like from right now, if I covered my hand, like if I put this sticker over, it could be a male, could be a female. You don't really know yet. It's kind of like the features in this situation, this portrait, that I think really really tell you, describe the gender and what's going on. So we're going to focus on that because I think the rest is medium fine. And it's time to kind of focus on these features. So the placement of the features is important. I might have done the lips a little too high. The nose is kind of higher than you would think because of that. This kind of has this right here. I'm just ranting. And so let's put this in. Let's go like this. They're going to kind of be right below the ears. So, and something easy I like to do, or not easy, but again, to find these proportions, you can kind of excuse me, I'm like inhaling this charcoal to do the eyebrows. So this eyebrow, right? It's like whoop. Not too much over here, obviously, but and same with over here. The thing about charcoal is, especially this powdery charcoal, you can't get much darker than this value right here. You know, unlike a pencil where you can scrub harder, you can't, because it's so soft, you can't get much darker. You know, but you can still figure it out. It's getting dark outside right now. I might need to turn up my camera's brightness. So sometimes I like to find the iris. Like that. I think I could go bigger. Sometimes bigger eyes is also a very feminine trait, or an illustration. You know, a lot of illustrators will make females' eyes in anime very big. Kick rocks. Someone just told me to kick rocks on the chat. And I think this eye is too small. What do you guys think? I think so. And you know what I think also? I think I need to move everything down. The forehead has a lot of space. No worries. Easy as that. So else, I had other things to talk about. I forgot. Yeah. And this is like a pretty standard portrait. You know, I like to, straight on faces are kind of fun, but they get like kind of boring sometimes. But this is just like beautiful shadows. So that's what I like to draw and paint. I've said this many a time before in my videos. It's like, you want a portrait with like beautiful light and dark, the dynamic range of a portrait, you know, like kind of, like the lighting design. You know, the hardest portraits to me and things to draw to me are the portraits that are like all light, like my face in this shot, kind of, you know, like I guess there's light from both ways, but it's kind of just flatly lit, and that's hard. I'd rather have like super intense light and shadow. That's just what I like to do. And so we're just crutching around. Ben Edwards says, I have a French exam in 2 hours, but this is much better. Thanks. I know that I should have done, the next time I go live and do this, I'm going to do it earlier, because I know there's a lot of European and like international people watching, and it's probably like really, really late at night, like 1 a.m. or something. So I think like a balance of United States and abroad, like maybe like 1 p.m. or a 12 noon where I am, and then it's like kind of later at night, but not too late. So I realized that kind of late when I already scheduled this all out. So in the future, we can do a different timing that kind of is better for everyone. And so, yeah. So yeah, I kind of been moving everything down, if you could see. Yeah, I'm seeing everyone type in their times right now. So I'm just kind of shifting it all. And this is also kind of like a warm up, you know, I haven't, it's nothing crazy, but I'm trying to look at the chat, everybody. What is up? How's the audio? How is the fan? Is it annoying? Let me get some tea in here. Hot. We're gonna wrap this drawing up in like 20 minutes, and then we're gonna do a drawing on toned gray paper. So that will be the next one. It's only 4:39. Only been live for like 40 minutes, so we got a couple hours left. So no stress. Again, if you're just joining, welcome. I don't want to repeat myself during these lives, but I go live every week on Patreon. You can check the link in the description. I just got this new kind of camera set up and angle, so I wanted to go live and test it publicly. And so far it seems to be working just dandy. But I go live every week with my patrons on Patreon, and it's so fun. It's like really enjoyable. We've been doing it for like, I don't know, like 3 months now. It's a great time. Really have a good time. People ask good questions. We send art to each other on Discord, and it's good stuff. Okay, so her forehead is now bigger. This is like the height of the eyebrow. This will be the other eyebrow. Because her forehead was a little short. It still is a little short, but we can just, and we could always push this part up. Just forever moving things around, you know. A lot of Belgians, huh? A lot of Belgians in the chat. What's up, Belgium? All right. What are we doing? All right, we're gonna do these eyes because these eyes need to come in. Stat. Not necessarily stat. I think this is too big. Also, this nose is definitely not centered, I just realized. Sometimes it's good to do these center lines just to make sure you're that was like pretty sloppy. So this is, people are asking what's pencil. This is a drafting pencil. You can just look that up, drafting pencil, the actual type. Prismacolor. There's like 100 different types of these drafting pencils. It comes with these sharpeners. that you sharpen with, and then this is a pan pastel for people just joining. And yeah, I love this pencil. It's really great. Been using it for a while. Yeah, I've actually had this exact pencil for like over 2 years. It's pretty crazy. Usually I lose pencils and stuff, and it's not super great because it's just so easy to lose stuff, right? But I have not with this one. Okay, also over here. So even though I said before you can't get much darker, you kind of can, not really. Like you can see here, I'm trying to really lay in these dark parts. It's not working tremendously well. But I'm trying. And then let's put this eye in right here. I can't get much darker either with this pencil, so works out, I guess. I mean, this is like all in shadow, pretty much. You know, something like that. This is kind of like that. Jenny says, hello, big fan. Been doing Rorschach test style overlays on paint pours of what I see. Have you ever done something similar? At the Weird West, if you want to check her out on Instagram. I've never done pours. I've seen a lot on YouTube and Instagram. Like it seems like a pretty fun, trendy thing. They also like it comes out pretty cool. I will have to admit it's not my cup of tea in terms of like trying it. I can appreciate it, and the people who do it looks cool. I also like the very like engineering aspect of it. You know, people pour in different ways. They spin these crazy big contraptions to get the paint to affect in different ways. So it's definitely pretty cool. But I've never done it. But it sounds cool. Rorschach tests, like those ink blotches. That's pretty snazzy. Pretty cool. I'll check out your Instagram later to see some of these pours. And so can everyone see like the progress we're making here? The slight progress. It's kind of turning into her, you know? And if you've been watching, you could rewatch this. This will be up publicly on YouTube. But like, I don't know, I've been really not paying attention super much to this, but we've started with these big shapes on the shadow side, and we're slowly building. And it's coming out pretty decent. I mean, I think it looks generically like her. There's obviously some things that can be better, but we're going to work on this for 5 more minutes just to do the final doodads and things of that nature. But yeah, that's like, I think it's a good example of working in this kind of more painterly style of whatnot. It's like so hard multitasking, talking, and not paying attention, but I'm doing my best. All right, so we're gonna get some more of this. I think I could have made the eyes bigger. I could still do that. There's some shadow right here because there's some concaviness, if that's a word. To the eyes, and then there's also this eyelid. It's looking a little funky. Little wing. The wing is definitely like a female trait. The wing of the eye. Put that in because why not? There's all this shadow. I'm going to use this pastel for this. Just kind of figuring it out. This is obviously in shadow quite a bit. There's this nice reflected light that I got some in there. The hair is much darker than the skin. There's like some squigglies for her hair. She's clearly wearing like a ponytail or something. Vienna, Austria, what's up? Ned, Kate, Master Yared, Nathan. Hello, everybody. We're finishing up this drawing if you just entered the live. Oops. And so finally, with my pencil to get the darker, we'll kind of go in here. And, you know, like, honestly, I can do like a whole little brush over this. And you're like, what? Why would you do that? Because then we can get the highlights, you know? Highlights are where it's at. Ear. The nose is looking good. Nice petite nose. Adjust the hairline a tad, I see. Let me look it on my screen because sometimes that's a better view. Yeah, it could go up for sure. Is that what you mean? I'm taking critiques. Still goes like this though. I'm just gonna leave it because we're done with this portion, but we're gonna go a little lighter. So with this kneaded eraser, I know it looks kind of strange here. We're gonna go light. Nothing too crazy. And we got this eraser. This is a pen eraser, by the by. Who's drawing right now, by the way? I want to know. This really important highlight right here on the nose. Kind of goes all the way down. The lips are quite bright. This is actually one part that got some light. Same with this eye. What do we think, y'all? I mean, the eyes are pretty wonky. I didn't spend too much time aligning those properly. It kind of looks crazy. Maybe that helps. I gotta get darker over here. Also, there's like a little patch of light right here. All right, we'll call it quits right there. But this was fun. This was a good little practice session. Good way to start out the stream. All right. And what I do also with my live streams is I give these drawings away to all my patrons, or I've started doing that. I did a couple skulls the other day. So later on, I'll send this out to one of my patrons, which is pretty cool. Check out Patreon, link in the description if you want to go live every week with us. It's pretty fun. Nice little community. There's a private Discord where we talk about art, and I'm trying to just get it bigger and bigger, build a little community. So check out the link in the description. It's only $5 a month. I think it's worth that. This eye, I think, is too far away. But that's okay. What's up, David? What's up, Amy? King Richard? Yo. All right, so that's it. I think that was like a solid hour of not focusing. Let's put it right next to the... Kind of similar, right? Yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. All right, so that's going on the ground. We're bringing this up. Sadly, this has a pen mark. You know what? Also, I'm going to brighten my camera. Oh, that's darker. How's that? Pretty good, right? I think so. Toned paper, Tom Ford is pumped. Yes, I love toned paper. And let's like flip through this. This is a really epic sketchbook. And like, I love it when sketchbooks are completed. Let's actually put this charcoal powder away real quick so I don't get it everywhere. It's already in my lungs. We actually might use some more of this. I think we definitely will. But we gotta make sure it doesn't go everywhere. So, tone gray, Strathmore, skulls. This is some random stuff from Rome. These first couple pages aren't really terrific. This is just stuff from Rome, which I was talking about. If you were in the stream like 30 minutes ago, I was talking about my trip to Florence and Rome. This isn't what I'm talking about, but this is the only open page. So we're gonna draw there, but we got Gandalf. We got me for the Dutch Boy project. We got this recently, the last video I uploaded. This is a Rembrandt, Hendrik Stoffel's sketch at the Met. That's a sexy skull. These are all videos, you know, if you're familiar. This is an epic sketchbook I love. What else we got in here? This nude male. And then this is another Rembrandt sketch from the Met, from the video. So I just wanted to, like, this is the last page of this this sketchbook, which is kind of sad because got a bunch of good memories and good drawings in here over the last year or so. SLEW and Proco, wow. Oh, Tyler Krennic asks, I missed this. SLEW, any chance of you doing a learn monthly class? Probably not. So what I said before is I do Patreon, and Patreon is like exclusive access to the stuff I do. I do these live sessions every single week, either Sunday or Wednesday, on Patreon for my patrons. It's usually only a handful of people, but they pay $5 a month, and you get the live streams every week. You get discounts to my store, like when I drop hoodies and merch and the stickers. Like stickers are coming out soon, and then there's a Discord server where we all talk. So I don't think I'm going to be doing, to answer the question, Tyler, I don't think I'm going to be doing a monthly learn class, because on Patreon, it kind of takes a bunch of time up, and I do videos also for YouTube, so there's just not enough time. I mean, I'm planning on doing more like in-depth video tutorials, which also I have on my website. I only have one right now. It's stencils and the iPad drawing, but I want to do like a mural premium walkthrough, which would be like an hour-long video that you would pay for if people want to, if the information on the free YouTube video, which I make, YouTube videos for all my projects, but like an hour in-depth, everything I'm using, everything I'm doing, how to do it. I want to make more videos of those for more of my projects, if that answers your question. Dude, I have to go to math class. Have fun at math class, Katrina. I was not terrific at math. I cut my hand like an hour before the stream with a razor blade. All right, let me set up this next drawing. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. How sick is this? And we also have that. We'll save that for last if people are still sticking around. So this is another original illustration by this artist on Instagram. You can see it right there. I can't really read it on the screen. It's too small. There's also a line through it. So I'm going to be drawing this it's just reference. I'm just going to be copying it, mimicking it, the lighting design, the wrinkles of the face. I love it all. So when I flip through Instagram and I see all these epic artists, I sometimes save them to use as reference. I would never claim this as original artwork, because that would be doing a disservice to not only the artist, whose intellectual property I stole, but also a disservice to myself. So I want to give credit where credit's due. This is not, original artwork. I'm just mimicking to get better, and this is just a drawing session. But check out that artist. You can see it on the screen, right? I'm pretty sure you can. This person's awesome. And so, yeah. There's a nice pen mark right here. But that's fine. Let me switch this over. Drink some tea. Yeah, if you're new to the stream, what's up? I'm taking questions through the super chat because I can't keep up with the live chat. I have to focus on drawing. But if you have a burning question or have wanted to ask me something or want some sort of advice that I don't, or anything, want me to talk or rant about something, hit the super chat. Just so I'll be able to see it. This is still hot. Made this morning. Ooh. Ooh. It's delicious. And let me check my phone real quick, just in case there's any emergencies. All right. So, awesome toned gray. If you saw when I went through these other things, there's a lot of white pencil. It's like the best part about toned gray, because you could get this really wide range of value. So this paper acts sort of like a middle gray, like a mid-tone. And so we get to use this. This is a 8B pencil. I probably could have used that on the last drawing we did. Whatever. Forgot about that. And so we're not going to start with the pan pastel for this one. So we're not using the pan pastel we're going to just start with a pencil. And because I don't want to go on this pen really, we'll make his chin kind of right here. And the top, well, maybe over here because it kind of goes like this. And so you'll see how I block this in really quickly. Again, from like the last one, it's like big ideas to small. So I'm not going into his nostrils right here. I'm not going into his eyelids. I'm just like gonna do this big diagonal line, like right here. You know, this is like how his face is pointing, right? And so I'm just gonna do that line. I know there's like an egg shape of some sort right here, so we'll do kind of like a head shape. And then it kind of just comes back down. Like his big old fatty neck, which is hilarious. This character is so awesome. I think it's some sort of fighter. You could see his cauliflower ear. So the harder thing is like this jaw. So it's like this jaw is protruding, right? So it's like, how do we make it look like that? So there's planes of the face. I'm not gonna really teach you that because I can't in this mini rant, but there's different planes of the faces. So we're gonna put in the eyes right here. This is where I'm seeing the kind of eyes are. The base of the nose is kind of like really close to it actually. And then the mouth is kind of like right there, ends right here. And then he just has this massive chin, right? Which is hilarious. I'm gonna send a heart to the chat because I have severe ADD, so we'll just rip that. Giripti, oh my gosh, I'm gonna botch your name. Just asked, how do I get even spray paint on big canvases? Cheers. I just went from talking about this drawing and we're talking about even spray paint. So spray paint, it's hard to explain without doing it. I have a bunch of videos on YouTube, my dude, or my friend, if you want to check that out. Basically with spray paint, you want to shake the can really well, and then you want to be a good distance away. If you're too close to a canvas with spray paint and spray, it's going to get drippy. You want to be farther away. Farther is actually better. Dusting. Yeah, I see some comments. Just dust it, take your time. Jay says that, yeah. You have to dust it and be patient. It might take more paint, but you can't be like this close spraying, you know. That's gonna be too far. You gotta just be patient, spray far away, dust it on, practice on some other stuff. Buy some cheaper spray paint, practice doing that, and then go to your actual canvas project. But literally, like all my stencil projects, all the videos when I use spray paint, I film myself using it, so you could kind of maybe check those out if you want to see more. Back to this. This guy looks like a thumb. You know what I mean? But it's really great. I really like it. Really, really like it. And so we're going to just slowly, we're going to find his jawline, which is like generic. I mean, the thing about like once you learn kind of like the features of the face and the planes of the face, this super unrealistic, unhuman-like, I mean, it looks like a human, but this isn't the anatomy of a real human being. You could still find it all out because it's similar ideas. And things like that. So I'm kind of already skedaddling. Who just got here? I'm curious. Who just got to the stream like the last 5 minutes and who's been here for over an hour? I wish I had that statistic, like average watch time. Let me know. Because I'm curious. Because it's like annoying kind of repeating myself. but that's sometimes how it works out. This forehead shape is real different. 5-man crew, JT. Like my setup, JT? Look at this. Nice. All right. The chat is being bombarded. I can't keep up. So we're going to focus on pretty much the most awesome part about this, I think, is his nose and like his extreme brow that's like just overarching on his face. So we're going to attack that right here. This is also, I would call the silhouette of the portrait. So it's kind of like the edge lines, which really give the form. It's like the end of the face. Whereas right here, there's obviously things going on. The cheek is protruded, you know, the lips go in and out, but it's like flat. You know, there's a major separation of the line of the end of the face to the background. So this is a super important part if you're doing like real portraiture to get the likeness, you know, to have it look like whatever you're drawing. So we're going to call this where the eyes are. And actually so we'll do the eye and nose because this is an important shape kind of right there. It's like the eyebrow leading in to the nose and then just huge nostrils. Like that. See that? How's that look, y'all? Not too shabby. And then this is some more. This kind of looks like this. And then his eyes right there. Okay. And it's a little higher. Yeah. God, this guy looks redonkulous. And then this is where like the forehead comes into play. And that original shape, this original egg shape obviously wasn't the shape, but we're just talking about, we were just talking about the generic thing. So, yeah, it just continues to come back like that, which is great. Man, I love this guy. And again, I want to reiterate, if you're new, this is not my original artwork. That's why I put the guy's Instagram handle up there, because I just like to use other artists' original artwork as reference to practice, and I would never claim it as original artwork because that would be so awful. And like I said before, not only a disservice to the artist stealing his original work, but a disservice to myself, because then I'll never be able to learn and draw my own things. If you're always copying people, it's just not a good look, and it will do you harm in the long run because you'll never learn how to do your own stuff. But also, it's just a dick move because copying is no good. But I think copying is important. That's like the flip double-edged swords. I think copying is so important. That's why everyone does master copies. That's why I'm going on Instagram when I find some awesome artist. I'm like, oh, it'll be perfect to draw during this drawing session, because it's such a good way to practice, to mimic, to, you know, get into the style or whatever, anything it is to just practice. So there's a fine line. As long as you're giving credit where credit's due, and publicly say, like a lot of people on Instagram, for example, I don't want to rant and complain, but a lot of people tag me in their artwork on Instagram, and a lot of people are like, oh, inspired by SLEW, they'll do a Cyclops, and it's great, and I love it, and I like every single one. I see every single thing people tag me in. But some people send me other people's accounts where they like completely rip off like a Cyclops, or like they do a character of mine that's just so obviously my original character, and they don't tag me, they don't even say who it's from, they just say like, oh, this new painting, and I'm just like, bruh, you're copying. And it's annoying, but it's like, what can you do? First of all, it's the internet. I'm not complaining, I'm putting my artwork out there, but I just think it does a disservice to yourself, because then you're going to rely on always copying. You'll never be able to draw for yourself, you know what I mean? Anyways, look at this beautiful nose. Love it. So that's the little cheekbone right there. This is the brow. You know, like right now you can't see my brow, but if I go like this, like there's this brow, I forget which side, right here. It kind of goes into the eye and then out for the cheekbone. So that's what I did right there. these small little ears. There's a bunch of shadow right there. That looks good. This big chin. All right, let's do these lips. This mouth. It's kind of hard. These mouths are very hard. I'm not very. Okay, that looks pretty good. Or at least acceptable, excuse me. And then this is like that. And this kind of goes like that. Something like that, right? I think I made his head too big. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so again, I'm taking questions through the super chat. I know I see everyone asking so many questions on the live chat. I can't see it. I can't read all those questions. If you have a burning desire of anything, hit it on the super chat, and I'll be happy to rant and to respond. But there's just too many people on the live to kind of look at everything. But yeah, one of my patrons is also going to get this or sketch because I like to give these practice drawings away to the patrons. Link in the description. Plug. Just trying to build that community over there. It's great. It's so fun. I've gotten to know some of my patrons pretty well. For some reason, this is reminding me of like a Hercules character from Hercules, the Disney Channel animation. I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting that, but pretty radical. Doing good. I can't even see his eye right here. So, I don't know. I think it's like this. It's like just something small like that. Yeah. Hades, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why it's reminding me. So I wish I could paint this because obviously something that's so amazing about this drawing is the reflected light on this rim. So it really not only, like I talked about that that silhouette, this hard line silhouette, it just pronounces that even more in this beautiful cool color where the rest of the face is warm. It's just great lighting. It's just overall super awesome. I'm not gonna be able to get the color, but we will have some white on this with the white colored pencil, so that's gonna be super delicious. And so let's start filling in some value because these are all the major shapes. Everything's here. We got some big wrinkles and stuff, which I need to take care of, but other than that, it's pretty big. Oh, let's put his hair in. So kind of like that. Kind of ends like right here, right? And then right here, ooh, what do you do here? Something like that, I guess. Hardly any hair to see. All right. So this is like another, I don't know, it's not really a technique, but especially for like a shorter drawing, it's, I'm just going to be like kind of laying in shadows really simply. So for like the hair for example, like I'm just going to be going like this for hair. For now. And like this is like a single value, you know? Also for a lot of these dark parts, like a lot of this face is dark, like especially for this nose, especially for this part of the eye, like this is all in shadow. I mean, everything is pretty much in shadow. And it's just where I'm going to go darker and where I'm going to go lighter. We'll find out, but Make those lines a little darker. And this is like, we'll call this an accent, which is basically a hole. And this is more me going in, I guess, with like detail early on, but I wouldn't even consider this detail. This is just like a few values. Ouch. This is like all in shadow. And let's get these creases. Use the tone tan. I have a tone tan over there. Maybe I'll use it. It might be full though, actually. That's a very old sketchbook. I've gone with tan. I've gone with gray toned, but tanned is very beautiful also. He's talking about Joey Robinson. Talking about sketchbooks, I do believe. So this is also a little difficult because like the only real highlight is like right on his forehead. You know, if you squint your eyes, like what's the brightest part? It's like a fraction right here on the nose, right here, some on the ear, and maybe some of his neck right here. But other than that, it's all like shadow and then just like half tones. And the half tones are like bright in parts of the creases. So I'm gonna really simplify all of that. I can't get that super nuanced just with a pencil and a couple values, but we're gonna move forward and keep doing it because we're on a mission. This under stuff. Another thing to establish, I should have said this earlier, is like before even starting, we gotta like think about where the light's coming from. So there's these shadows being casted under here, which means that the light is probably above him. You know, depending on where the shadow is. If the shadow was over here, like the original, like if you're looking at the screen right now, like this one, the light is obviously coming from above, but from the left, hitting her nose from the left, casting that shadow to the right. So that's pretty obvious. What am I doing? This guy, it's a bit more up center, softer light coming down, maybe a little diagonal, but it's pretty much coming down straight like this. And then obviously a reflected light coming behind him, perhaps, just rimming the side of his face. Some rim light, and so these kind of parts under the chin, these are a bit more in the shadow. Like all of this for sure. Even going up here and like all this stuff. These kind of and so yeah, again, we're just working with a pencil, so it's nothing too crazy. This also kind of goes like that. This guy's neck is so big. It's hilarious. So, like all of this kind of highlight stuff over here, I'm not really going to get to. I'm kind of putting in more of the shadows rather than the highlights. So yeah, And this cauliflower ear, let's do this real quick. It's like, it looks so crazy. It's unlike most ears, obviously. It's kind of like that. Jeez, that looks brutal. And so, yeah, like I said, it's going to be really hard to get a lot of these wrinkles. I'm going to simplify it. We'll keep working now. I'm sorry. Anyone have any burning questions? Anyone have any... I'll try to walk you through what I'm doing right now. So you can see, like, this is obviously... This shadow is darker than this shadow. And so I'm basically just going to go in a little more now with some darker parts that I need to be obviously darker. For example, under this nose... even part of the nose, even this. And so I'm getting caught up. I'm bouncing around a lot of different parts, which is usually what I do because you see things that you didn't before. It's like his eyebrow right there. This eyebrow is insanely close to this. It kind of dissipates up, and then we got this eye, which is beautiful. And he's kind of looking back like this, so his little eyeballs right here. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so it's like it's just picking and choosing the values. The value structure is the most important part, but when you're just working with a pencil, especially for this like 1 hour sketch, it's like you just want to get as much of the core light and dark. The core light and dark. And so I'm just doing kind of core dark. Yeah, I'm getting a little nuanced here and there, but I don't have enough time, especially for this sort of drawing, to do anything more, to get all the little, the whole value structure, the nuance. It's so you got to know that before entering drawings, which I kind of do, which I'm glad, because I if you start doing all this intense, insane stuff, especially in this like super mega detailed, like pretty well rendered, honestly, right? Like vastly rendered face, it's just not really going to work out in terms of timing. And oh, he has teeth, I forgot. Oops. And so this, like, the face is really turning into the shadow. I'll probably have to bring down these colors even more. I'll leave a little room for the reflected light. But this certainly is like, where is the corner? Oh, the edge of the mouth is like right here. What's up, Mike? What's up, Amy again? Cool. So these teeth are super basic and gnarly. Those don't look too good. This is the first time I'm using my eraser on here, I think, except for fixing like the shape of the head. So that's fine, we can just leave those there. And so this is why this is a great drawing for this toned gray, because like right here you can see like it's not in shadow, it's not in light, but it's kind of just a halftone. So like the color of the paper will take a lot of that, you know, job from me, which is great. And that's super. And this would be a lot harder to get the massive transition of all the values if I use the white paper like I did before. What's up? DK, what's up? May Rose, how you doing? Let's hit with a emoji because I'm thinking. I'm using my brain. Trying to talk to you, trying to explain everything. His mouth seems a little more closed than this, but that's fine. We'll just like go like that, whatever. And this is like the darkest part, which is, you know, that's not really what's going on here. This is all a lot darker, honestly. I mean, this is like black right here. His eye is kind of like right here. I can't even see it. It's like just all dark. This is also extremely, this whole thing is dark. That's another thing I forget. This is like a, sometimes it's good to get like this wider angle. I'm looking at my own stream right now to see generically the whole shape, because my eyes right here are closer viewing than it is the thing. And the farther you step away, the more you could see the bunches of value and be able to kind of assess if these values are correct or not. And so that just little line shows that he's kind of snarling. So there's like definitely important lines here and there that give you some information about the facial expression. So yeah. So this is what I have to be careful with, because like the hair is obviously a darker value than the skin. But, you know, I can't color it. So I just got to be careful that, you know, I know that this value of the hair is at a good, correct value relative to all the other stuff. This nostril also seems a bit more dramatic. Like that, maybe. And this shadow, this ear comes way out, maybe like this. I haven't even done much of this yet. You know, something like that. We're not going to go much farther than this part of the neck. But this kind of whole thing can be kind of like coming down. I don't like to smudge often. Like using a pan pastel is different than actually smudging, but we'll smudge that real quick. We'll add in some of these lines that kind of like go with the flow of this face. You can kind of see what I'm talking about in the original. I'm moving pretty fast here because I want to get to the best part ever, which is the white color pencil, which is all sorts of cracks and craziness going on around here. Kind of get this down. Anything else with the lips I'm kind of missing, we can make this a little bigger. His lips are dark, so I can fill those in. How's the audio? Am I mumbling? I just realized I'm talking to myself a lot. I'm probably mumbling. So let me know. Thanks, the Mac. Dylan Hurst still here. What's up? Nose need to be a bit fatter. Yeah, I see that. I could definitely push it here. Why don't we do that? Show you how easy it is. We're just gonna race into it. Just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? Just like this. I think that's definitely a bit fatter. Doesn't need to be as pointy either. All right, so we've come to a solid place. Let's, a lot better, loud and clear. Thubin, thank you. Oh, hot, 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 hot. So good though. So, right? Generally all there. A light side, a dark side. This can be definitely a little darker, this parts of the hair. But now, we're gonna do the white colored pencil and things are about to pop. And the thing about the white colored pencil is that it took me so long to understand that. You could overdo the white colored pencil so easily by just kind of going in really bright. Oh, John Frankie, thanks. Your videos are fantastic. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that, John. Thanks for tuning in. It's very kind of you. So yeah, the white colored pencil. A good example is this Rembrandt illustration. I mean, there is a lot of white right here, and this isn't the best sketch ever at all. This was an hour sketch drawing from a museum, but you know, it's subtle, and I could have easily done the whole face in white because, you know, in real life, this painting is all in light pretty much, but that doesn't mean your white pencil is going to be in every inch. So you can see that there's some trail off, really bright right here, and then it comes down to no white. It's just the background of this mid-tone tan. Same with the forehead, really bright by the top of the brow, which is a classic place to get a lot of light. So it's white there, and then it trails off. Same with the nose, it trails off. So it's not just everything in the light is white colored pencil. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I have a wedgie. Okay. So, subtlety. Let's see if I can be subtle and not overdo it, even though I just said all that stuff. So we're going to start with the lightest part. Remember we said this is the lightest part. Top of the ear is the lightest part. Excuse me, this little part of the nose. There's a highlight speckle right on the lips. And then pretty much this neck area. This neck right here. All of this is light. We probably won't even worry about that because that's just too much, not even thinking about it. But those are going to be, and then obviously this rim light will do last because it's the most juicy, delicious part. We're going to focus on just this part. This is the brightest spot, and it doesn't need to be any much brighter than that, but we're going to trail it off. And so what I mean by trail off is I'm being really gentle, but I'm kind of going over these same spots for a while, and that helps kind of like disperse the white. It's hard to explain if you're not doing it or not using it, but like this is what I think and how I've found success. And if you've used these colored pencils, you'll know what I'm talking about. But other than that, it's kind of like, what are you talking about? Trail off. It's kind of shading. It's like the opposite of shading. Hi Kyle, what's up? And so you gotta be gentle. And other parts don't deserve gentleness. Like if there was like again, for the example, this girl, you know, maybe by under her eye and her brow, like maybe that's really intense light. That's like a dramatically light and dark portrait. So maybe I would go really hard, you know, and do a white like that. But for this portrait, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Just broke my lead a little. Sharpen that baby up. Do I do this often? Go live? For people who are just joining, Mary Rose just asked, do I do this often? No, I don't. I go live every week on my Patreon for people who subscribe to my Patreon page, and we have like a nice little family, and it's really fun. It's only $5 a month, and there's a bunch of other benefits, but no, I don't do public lives like this at all, pretty much. I might do it maybe once a month now, once every 2 months. But every week I do it on Patreon Live. It's like the thing that I offer more exclusivity to my studio and the things I do. You get discounts to my web store for merch that's coming out really soon, stickers. I'm coming out with sticker packs and all this stuff. So Patreon is the place to be to get the first of the first stuff, the first information, what projects I'm doing, lives every week, and other benefits. But no, I love going live. I think it's really cool. It's really cool to see like 300 people watching me asking questions as much as I'm trying to answer everyone's questions. It's impossible, but I would like to go live more. We're building a bigger family, a bigger community over on Patreon, so go check that out because it's quite awesome, quite fun, and I think people enjoy the live sessions. And I give away the drawings at the end to my patrons. So I'll be shipping this out to one of my patrons for free because it's a good time and they support me. So I want to give them the goods. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a rant. I don't want to keep plugging Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the description of all my videos. It's the place to be if you want more stuff like this. Live, real-time drawing and stuff. Nice. Hells yeah. If you're new to the crew. Alright, so let's keep going. I have a lot of little things I could do to make this pop. Like, we could put in some of these creases with the highlights. We could cheat here and there, which is great. But again, I don't want to overdo it, and I want to be patient. So I got to remember that, even though I'm having... Like, this is like the ice cream on top of the cake. You know, this is like the best part of all the drawings. I forgot some shading right here. Smudge that out, that's fine. I'm not the biggest smudger, but sometimes there's just like places you can really benefit from a smudge, if you know what I mean. Sorry, looking at the chat. Oh, there's also some bright spots right here. This is such a fun drawing. Holy crap. The artist, Idaustin Art. Doustin Art. Doustin Art. I don't know. You guys can see it. It's so epic. What a great drawing. I mean, I'm pretty sure I follow this person. I can't recall exactly all of his stuff, but he has some unbelievable... This is obviously a digital illustration, by the way. Digital artwork, which I love equally. People do some really mind-blowing stuff with digital stuff. And this person's awesome. I'm pretty sure I know that they always come through with crazy original characters and concept. You know, this is like concept art almost. Like, you know, it's like really crazy epic. I can't really do this that well. I mean, like, developing a character like this in this much detail. I mean, I think I could if I took a while, maybe like a week. But some people are just next level, you know. Some people they just crank out amazing work. And so yeah, this is like, it's like, I don't know, compare these two to that, you know, like, so maybe I am going brighter, you know, like maybe this area is a little brighter than it actually is in the illustration. The chin, perhaps, maybe there wasn't even as much white there. You know, this stuff down here, this is all light. This is all light. We got this big neck muscle that comes right here, I can see, and I just don't, and then it's kind of dark, so we can just put that like that. But maybe I overdid it, maybe I didn't, I don't know. So let's do the rim light. I'm gonna stop there right now with the white. And we're gonna do the rim light. So the rim light, I can erase because we don't need that much. I'm just erasing the rim of this on the inside of its outline, which will give some effect, but it's a pretty light rim light. Usually reflected light is not as bright as the mid-tone, but this is like this is another light source, so it can be bright, which it is. It's quite bright. It's arguably what my eye goes to first, is this rim light. What am I doing? White. So we're gonna do some lighter lines, then some intense lines, just like this part. Oh, I forgot about the nose. Yes. Probably the most delicious line in the whole illustration. It's like right here. Woo! Look at that. That one right there, folks. That is a wonderful line of light explaining form, having it pop out. Beautiful. That's what I live for, baby. That's what it is all about. Forgot there's like all these little, because like not only this light is not just hitting the side of the face, whatever is protruding out, it's hitting. So if the light's coming from behind him, you know, like this, or kind of like this, it's gonna hit this side of the nose, it's gonna hit this, it's gonna hit this chin. These lips, you know, these lips, your lips kind of come like this, like that. So they protrude, even though it kind of looks flat here, perhaps. They're protruding. So like right here, right here, just delicious and important lines like that. Ooh, love that, love that. Big collection of light kind of right there. Also kind of comes down perhaps. Wowza. Look at that. Pretty schnaz. Pretty schnaz. That's it. We'll sign it. We're gonna do one more drawing. I've been live for how long? How long has it been? 2 hours on the dot. Perfect. We'll do one more. We'll do one more drawing. What's the date today? 29th? 11, 29, 20. Cool. Yeah, so let's just look at this real quick. Oh, what I can add is some darkness in here. This cauliflower ear didn't look busted enough. There we go. Yeah, totally popped it. Everyone, I think, agrees. Yeah, you could keep working on it forever. Happy with this, really happy with this. This was so fun, my gosh. I felt like I could talk more throughout that whole thing than the other. By the way, for everyone's listening, I'm coming out with some new merchandise, insanely dope hoodies, beanies, also limited edition custom pins for a brand new character I haven't released yet. I'm gonna do paintings. I'm doing a painting giveaway. I'm coming out with sticker packs or limited edition stickers with the pins that you could get with the pins. It's very exciting, so stay tuned. I'll release that probably in a week or so, maybe more, maybe like 2 weeks before Christmas. Really exciting. Very exciting stuff. Here's the first drawing. Good warm up. Okay, we need another piece of paper. Let me grab that from over here. Oy. Hello, everybody. I got the mic set up. I can't believe all this live streaming has gone kind of like seamlessly. I'm probably going to jinx myself, but all these chords, all this software I just downloaded like yesterday. We did that test. And I went live by accident yesterday. So I'm just thankful it's all working. Alrighty. You want tone? Adrian Foster wants toned. I don't think I have any more toned paper. Also, look at this. Look at this drawing. This is the next drawing I'm doing. Boom, black and white. So I don't want to do tone for this one because this one looks like it's on white paper. This is an extremely academic drawing. I won't get close to the detail of this, but hopefully we'll get the general values and the likeness. This is beautiful. Very excited about this 3/4 view of this older man. B just said, "Oh, I'm excited for a hoodie. What art college did you go to? Thanks." Oh man, you guys are going to love these hoodies. It's going to be so epic. It's again based on a painting project. They're going to be like wearable art prints. I'm only making 400 of these hoodies. They're going to be embroidered with the art from the painting on them. They're coming out after Christmas, I think, like probably right on New Year's or something. But I'm very excited for those and the limited edition pins. Just real quick, I want to talk about merchandise. I don't consider myself like a fashion brand, nor probably will ever. I'm not going to show you spoilers. I just saw a comment. But what I like to do, and I think making clothing and any merchandise is so cool to make it a limited edition run. So it's like if I make a painting, you know, if I make this is a big painting, and then I make 400 shirts with this painting on it, it's like kind of like a wearable art print, you know, and it's valuable in that sense that there's only a certain amount. It's the original artwork that I made from the video that you see. So that's like my thinking for all the stuff I'm going to do with the pins. The pins are 2 new characters, similar characters that I haven't released that will be big, awesome paintings. I'll make a video, and then I'm making the limited edition pins of that character. And same with the hoodie. The hoodie is going to be a painting project, and then the hoodie will have elements of that project on it, like a print, like a limited edition thing. So that's the rant, and I'm very excited about it. It's fun to make clothes, but again, because it's based off my artwork, it's even more fun and exciting, and also I think like more exciting for people because it's like, oh, that's cool. Like I don't think would people want just like a shirt that says SLEW on it? I don't really think so. I'm sure some people would, but I think it's cooler to have the artwork that you see me make, or that the artwork that you like, and that's why you follow me. You like the work I make, and so then you get the t-shirt with that on it, or a hoodie, or a beanie. Oh, I actually can spoil the beanie. I got this bag, my backpack. I have the three beanies. I've worn it on other videos, so I'm not worried about spoiling it, and it's not going to give away the painting also because this is just a very little version. So yeah, this is one of the beanies, and there's 3 colorways, and it's beautiful knitted, like really high quality knitted stuff with an embroidered little snake here, little baby snake. These are the 3 colorways. So soft, super high quality, like really amazing. Really excited about those. And so that's all I'm going to say for that. And the hoodie and beanie kind of go together in terms of the artwork. I'm not going to say any more. All right, that's enough. All right, let's do another hour. Getting hungry. Oh, and I didn't even answer that second question for B. What art college did I go to? I went to Parsons for one semester, and then I left, and I went to the Art Students League, ASL, Art Students League in New York City. It's on 57th and 7th Avenue. It's an atelier, really amazing. I was there for about 9 months, and then I left to move back home to Connecticut, where I'm from, to work in the studio full time. So, I mean, if you want to call the atelier art school, it's more of like art training. It's like going to like a D1 college just for sports with none of the actual schoolwork. So I didn't have any homework at this atelier. It was just all day drawing and painting. That's it. Repetition all the time. And so I went to Parsons only for a semester, which is like a pretty good art school. But it didn't offer what I wanted. I wanted to become a studio artist. I still, like I am now, I guess you can say for sure, but my dream was always to be able to use a pencil, to be able to draw, to be able to paint and, work in the studio, manage a studio, do all these things. And, art schools don't really teach that. Some do, and you could get skills. I still learn stuff there. But leaving that school was actually probably one of the best decisions I ever made. But that's my experience, and everyone's different. All right, we're going to whip out the pan pastel again for this bad boy. Because it's obviously this drawing you could see in this corner right here. It is charcoal. You can kind of tell that because of the texture. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's charcoal. The texture and how dark it is, like under that nose. Excuse me, it's close to black. And maybe actually we'll get a chart. Oh, I can do that later once we kind of start. But just amazing shapes here. I'm very excited. This ear is beautiful. That nose. Woo. I'm glad I got this picture. So let's kind of mark off where we're drawn. Can't really see here. So somewhere like right there. In between that. That's just what I want to do. Yeah. Stickers. I love those stickers. Also this OG sticker. I give away stickers in all the paintings I sell. By the way, there's still that Black Friday week deal. 15% or 10% or something. I posted to Instagram about it. Using the code SLEW Friday on my website. Hello, Anna Carter. All right, enough dilly-dallying. Let's begin. Getting so distracted. This is the last drawing. We'll do this for another hour, and then I'll take more questions if you guys have them. Again, if you want to post in the super chat more questions about art school or specific things you want me to rant about. We can do that. I'm just having a blast. It's 5:55 p.m. in the evening right now. I live in Connecticut. All right, so I'm not really good at finding the proportions here. So first I'm going to very, very simply, just like the last drawing, get the proportions. So again, we're going to start with this dome, this egg of a head. Oh, I got something in my eye. And this, you shouldn't copy me with how to find proportions. This is just me really quickly finding stuff. And by I mean stuff, I mean proportions and things. Is this too bright? No. Um, um, um. All right, and this is where the eyebrows are. The power of observation. I see people a lot, right? How do I find proportions? How do I shade? Shading is different than proportions. Proportions? And what are proportions? Let's try to define it together, huh? Proportion is like the size of the head, the distance of my eyes relative to the shape of my nose. You know, how far away is the base of my nose to my pupils? You know, if I'm sitting like this, you know, the corner of my mouth, where does that line up with the corner of my eye? And so proportions, the sizing and placement and the destination of the features. And so how do you find that? You observe and you compare. And so there's tricks in order to do that. There's no correct way to find proportions. You know, there's many different ways. People sometimes don't even use compare. They can just kind of sketch it out first try, like I'm trying to do right here, very basically just to get the rubric. But you know, you could use plumb lines. If you don't know what a plumb line is, it's like kind of, you know, if you use we could talk about later, you could look it up, plumb lines. But it's just comparing and saying, okay, you know, the eyebrow bridge is right here, so I'm gonna draw the line. You know, the bottom of the actual eyes are kind of like within this space, you know. His forehead kind of goes like this and then straight up and something like this. Sorry, that's wrong. But like, so there's many different ways, and the tricks and tips that help you find these proportions, you only achieve and only obtain these tricks and tips by doing it a lot. And so there's videos of you on YouTube, you know, with people telling you like how to use plumb lines or how to do other things, you know, how to compare, or the you know, you hear the Riley method a lot, or Andrew Loomis's head, you know, dividing the head into proportions, like it's cut in half and then you do thirds, something like that, you know. And there's totally different ways, and there's no one way that I use. I have my system because I've done it for a while now, and I'm still trying to learn, obviously, and I'm still trying to get better at it. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but the only way to understand these things is to constantly do it. You know, you should make a goal for yourself. In a month, I'm going to draw 20 portraits, you know. Maybe you only spend 30 minutes on those portraits. Maybe you spend an hour and a half or 3 hours and you do 10. It's just repetition and failing and figuring out why you failed and internalizing the reasons why this eye goes here relative to the nose. You know, this goes here because I know this is here. If this, look at, we'll do this right here. I mean, it's really hard to explain, but my nose, I'm going to lower this. Is that better? So I know that I'm just calling this my bridge line, aka the eyebrow. So the eyebrow is like right here, right? It kind of goes up a little and then comes down because he's old, whatever. And so I'm calling my nose right here, pops out a little, and then I can kind of see, I'm trying to point to it, that this nose kind of fits into this pocket of this cheekbone, you know? So it kind of is like right here. So I can kind of just put that shape right there and be like, okay, that's kind of where this nose is going to go. You know, something like that. And for right now, it's fine. I don't think it's really correct at all, but we could just say that that's that relative to this cheek. And then once we have this, we could say, okay, the bottom of this nose, which comes down a little further, right? And then we have this kind of that kind of shape. Whereas the ear line up to the bottom of this nose, you know? So if we look at the reference photo, the ear is a bit under. You know, if we have a straight line here, this is a plumb line, we know that the ear has to be below this line. So I was kind of right in the beginning right there. So the ear is kind of right there. You know, if we draw this straight across, this ear has to be under it. And so those are the types of things and strategies. And there's one thing of knowing and comparing, and then there's another thing of actually doing it out. And I feel like I really wasn't very clear or articulate there, but yes, sorry, I just went on a huge rant of proportions. Let's see what everyone's talking about. Talking about masks. We got some drama. Well, you guys are talking about masks. I'm going to pick my wedgie because I got a mega wedgie. This chair is a mega wedgie inducer. Okay, so look at that. I'm doing good. We're like almost, or not almost, we're already kind of in the vicinity of this man's. This is like a big nose, kind of goes like that. We're going to keep going just really quickly before I use the pan pastel again because I'm not very close to and then this right here. Plumb line, I'm looking at the edge of this nose. So like right here, something like that. Something like that. I think this can go farther actually. This is a hard shape also. Jawline. Jawline goes like this. And this. And then kind of like this. And then pretty like that. And then this comes like this. But that looks too skinny. Yeah, I think this chin comes out more. So I was pretty off. That's really like that. And maybe like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out as time goes. Maybe this is off. Yeah, this looks pretty off. You're welcome. If you guys are dipping out, I'm seeing people say goodbye, good night. I know it's super late in Europe. Nothing but love. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be here for the next probably hour or so. People still have questions, rip them. But we're going to attack this. I'm really excited about this drawing. This is going to be like probably the most challenging one. So that's why I'm kind of taking my time, going a little slower, and really thinking through these decisions I'm making. Also, another thing, look, you can see this shape. Look at the shape under his chin. Where is it? Right down here. You know, like that triangle it makes. It makes this beautiful triangle. And like his shoulder, this is definitely his shoulder in the background, but it's like they just, in the drawing, they kind of just, they don't even like, you don't even see it, but it's definitely, like, yeah, your shoulder would be like that, something like that or something. I don't know. Probably more, probably like that. Nah, no. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on the face. Okay, so this I think again also is can be lower. And it's really subtle, even though I made that line. Like, it's all pretty dark here. This is like a line that's kind of confusing. That's like the hardest part for me. And the separation between those things, so. What's up? If you guys just got here, we've been drawing for over 2 hours. This is the third drawing. You could go back and check everything out. I've been ranting a lot. I'm also starting this final drawing. It's kind of like the most challenging. And people have been asking, I'm repeating myself for the people who have been here for a while, but I go live on Patreon every week. I do this every week. I'm just doing it now to do a monthly public one, but on Patreon, it's such a great place. I go live every single week. We paint or draw. There's a private Discord where we all talk, we critique art. I'm trying to build that community. Everyone's super nice there. And yeah, it's just more exclusivity. It's more exclusive access to the studio, the things I do, the projects I'm working on, and able to contact me more. And also, I give away these drawings to my patrons during these live sessions, and you get discounts to my store. So it's a good time. Check out Patreon. It should be the link in this description of this video. Also, almost all of my, I'm pretty sure all my YouTube videos are, it's linked there. I just saw someone in the comments say, who's invested in crypto? Who said it? I am, for whoever asked. I'm a believer of cryptocurrency. I specifically, oh, I see it. SpaceX RP, as in XRP. Nice. Ripple, right? Yeah, I have a lot of, or I don't have a lot, but I'm invested in Ethereum. Anyways, the blockchain technology, very cool. Also, for the digital art world, blockchain is going to change the world for digital art. My friend told me about this recently. This is all very confusing. I'm no expert, but it's really interesting. I'm really into it, and I think I'm definitely a believer in all of the crypto technology and what it's going to do, and once it's more normalized and incorporated in our society. Look at this big old okay, so this is a dramatic line I didn't need. What's VeChain? Space XRP. We're about to have a private conversation about cryptocurrency. But anyways, I don't really know much about it, but it's pretty cool. And I think it's going to be something very popular in the future. All right, can you see this guy coming to life? Is there something wrong with it? I haven't been really paying attention that much. I think I'm just going to put in this eyeball, which is like weirdly lower. It's very tilted, like this. We kind of have this upward shot at this guy. Obviously, light is coming straight down, hitting this part of his face. You could see that all the way down. Yeah, okay, so we'll do this eye, and then we'll kind of block in with more pan pastel, which is just deliciously fun. It's like painting. And we'll keep on trudging along. Old people are really fun to draw because they have so many beautiful wrinkles that are so expressive, and like, not only they're easier to map for finding proportions, but there's just a lot more texture. There's random shadows and pockets because when the skin is droopy and thinner in old people, you know, it kind of presents more interesting lighting designs. Same with super, super, super strong people, like bodybuilders or people with extreme muscle tone, women who are kind of on the skinnier side, who are super strong. There's all these wonderful shadows in their body for you to draw. I mean, drawing any shape or size or type of person is always fun, but it's really fun when there's a lot going on. So that's why like babies are like really challenging to draw and paint. I've actually never painted a baby. I think I've drawn a baby, but their faces are just pudgy balloons. Everything's soft. Everything is just like perfectly soft, and there's no jawline, there's no anything. It's just like a round balloon with eyes, nose, and mouth that don't really cast much shadows or wrinkles. So it's very challenging. And so like that's why a lot of people I see, and I mean it's just a known thing, who try to do presents for babies or tattoos of babies. It's very hard, and they look, you know, a lot of the times the baby will look like an alien because it's just extremely difficult to nail baby portraits. Obviously there's a lot, and there's a bunch of amazing painters who nail them and they look so amazing, but it's really challenging for that reason. Opposite to like this old person. Does this eye look too low? I don't know, man. Eyes are so hard. It's by far the biggest challenge I have. The most struggle I have with painting is by far the eyes. God. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'm trying to catch up with this chat right now. Anyways, all right, we'll just call the eye right there. It's hard to say, hard to say. Also, this curve is way too high. We'll figure all this out in due time, brother. Sorry, I'm laughing for no reason. Okay. Time to whip out this bad boy. So first of all, first thing I'm going to do is do the whole thing. Because it's pretty much all in darkness. I lost a couple of these lines right here, but that's fine. It's kind of like that. And also this. Okay. And that was kind of a mistake a little, just because that's actually like a light part, but that's fine. We could do that right Impatience, children. I'm an impatient child. That was pretty stupid because this is like the brightest point, and I accidentally made that really dark. Anyways, that's fine. This is a pan pastel. This is oh, almost dropped it. Powdered charcoal. And yeah. So filling in these eye sockets, look at that. Look how much depth it just came to that. You know, just amazing. And I should have done that first. That's fine, but yeah, just beautiful. I love it when that happens. It looks like very like a skull. But just epic. How you could just put those little simple values in the right place and just immediately pops with all the stuff you need and want, and to delineate what's what. So that's why I love painting and drawing. This magic, these puzzles. Obviously, this is extremely dark. Under here is extremely dark. This is kind of left very nebulous down here. And so we'll kind of just, we'll do something like this. And look at that, that's just amazing. And so it's blocky, it's not super clean, but it's there. The mass is there. The turning of the face, where the light is. I kind of messed up here, but that's fine. And you can kind of see in the reference how also messy it is also, but it's messy but so refined, you know, like where hard edges need to be hard edges, they are, where it's soft around like the neck on the left side, like it's insanely loose and you lose the edges. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of figure things out a little more here. And I'm going to gently blend this all because I don't want any white really yet. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm lost in thought. And again, this is obviously not going to be close to the this is drawn on the left because I don't have enough time and it's very rudimentary, but we'll be able to get the main idea, the main values, and hopefully a little detail. Okay, I need to get a charcoal pencil because I want to get darker. Hold on. Oh no, it just lost focus. There we go. So this is where I'm going to get really dark with this charcoal pencil. Actually, also I have this pencil. Yeah, maybe I won't use that charcoal pencil, actually. Might be better. Perhaps. We'll figure it out. I'm going to use this for now. So I'm just going to hit these really dark parts real quick. Merry Christmas, Katerina Kakanis. I know a girl with a similar name. Okay, sorry, let me focus. Let's finish this up. See the shapes coming? Something's, he's a little skinny. He looks a little skinny. So what I think I did incorrectly, is this distance from here to here. So what I can do is I can semi-fix it by making this smaller, but I think in general I just did this needs to be a little wider, which is fine. So it's going to be a skinnier version. Maybe you guys didn't notice it before I did. That's cool. Yeah, and his jawline, that too. So I'm gonna just notice that as well. So this right here. And it's so hard because it's all like around here, especially using charcoal, doing fast. It's all like really blended in here, so there's no certain like really simple transition here that you're seeing. it's all just kind of like in here. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. If that makes any sense at all. But we're going to get there. Sorry, I'm not talking a lot now. I know there hasn't been many questions, and I'm just trying to get this down. So yeah, that's a lot, Chris Dooney. I'm seeing 30 hours on each drawing. That's crazy. I definitely don't spend that much on drawings. On paintings, I do. And it's fun to do long drawings. I'll do like 10-hour drawings sometimes. A couple videos I did are like 10-hour drawings, but anything past that, I just want to paint and render out with paint. So we're getting a little better here. Again, I think also this shape is wrong. That could help me. It's kind of like that. I think it's just head in general is too tall. These last minute changes. There's a lot of darkness right here, this little triangle. And same with this, like this. Call this like the gullet, you know, of his throat. This is all very, again, I'm going quite fast, but we're just gonna slowly chip away at it. That's the patience of drawing, you know. It's like my teacher at the atelier I was talking about that I went to, he always talked about how, you know, he's like a master painter, master drawing also artist, and people would ask him for drawings. Oh, because people think that drawings are a lot more simpler, less complex than paintings. And, you know, that's true in some regard, but actually, like, if you think about it, with one paint stroke, you could get color, value, style, line, you know, hard edge, soft edge. So actually, you could do so much more within one stroke with paint than you can with a pencil. So he actually said he would do those quick birthday, Christmas gifts. He would say, no, I'll actually paint you something, where they think, oh, you're actually going out of your way even more. But painting a portrait and getting like the lifelikeness and the color. It actually can be quicker than doing, you know, a really well rendered drawing, because drawing takes so long. That's why they make kids in ateliers do the barg drawings, barg plates, which take a super long time. This whole underbelly needs to be very, very dark. All right, closer and closer. Maya just got here. Alexander Nicole, Tom Ford still here. What's up? Yes, I'm using one pencil right now. It's an HB, or excuse me, 8B. Out of focus, but Faber-Castell. It's pretty fat compared to a normal pencil. And I'm just really messing around trying to find stuff, and we're going to slowly move up. This is a really important part. This jowl, this transition is so challenging. That's why I've been on here for like the past 20 minutes. Just like this area is so important and so hard. To find everything. And I feel like this also needs to be bigger. And there's portions where it's like black, dark, and just generally needs to be way darker. All right, so that's, this line is too strong. Anyways, okay. Not the best down here, but that's fine. It can work. So move on to the eyes. Also, it's going to be really hard to get those beautiful little whiskers he has. He has a bunch of little whiskering, like, you know, eyebrow hairs. It's been pretty challenging. Probably won't get to that. But we're making our way up. This is all kind of in shadow for sure right here. You know, we got this little shape. Yeah, we got some more work to do. Thanks for everyone who's saying it looks awesome. You're so nice, but we got a lot of work. There's some darkness right here. It's like a hard edge cheekbone where no light is getting to. this is like all pretty solidly dark, all this. This is all pretty light. And then in here, kind of gotta get this disaster. And the thick, like this is a really big tip, so it's able to get these kind of bigger textural stuff that's going on, which is great. And so, yes, on what I say. This is all very dark in here. Got all these wonderful wrinkles, like I said, for an old person. And having the highlights come back in will help me quite a bit. This side of the eye needs some serious help. That side is not as dark. He's got these freckly things that I can kind of go like this with. Okay, so I know I haven't been talking a lot the past like 10 minutes, but I'm super focused right now. I'm really trying to nail this, and it's very off right now. It's pretty off, pretty unsavable, but the thing is, what I lost is, if you remember in the beginning, this eye is closer also. I could have done that differently. It's fine. When I originally put those blocks of light and value down, like it looks so amazing, and that's like the core of it all. I kind of get lost in some of the details or the placement of the eyes, which is fine, but you know, I got to really stick to that original blocking in, because that's what it's all about, and that's what I based everything on, and it looked great then, and you can go back in time and use it, but yeah, so I've kind of lost some of this, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We still have a huge stage left, which is the highlight, which really will bring attention to the face in a way that you can't even see yet, because more value equals more information, and more value also equals more form. So we still have time to, I don't want to say save it, but this isn't a piece of artwork. This is just practice, you know, and giving you guys some information on how it's going and everything, but this eye is too far away. And this eye is actually too high. Did you look at that? Um, but that's all good. So it's just good practice and things to work on for the next time. But it will come together a little more. We have some more work to do. How much? Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it looking bad or good. I'm just telling you how I'm thinking in the moment. And I might have to redraw this for a real video because it's so awesome. I love this. Very, very fun drawing. And what is not looking good about it? Is his chin that's not strong enough? Like he has this very strong chin. Mr. Chin. Something like that maybe? I don't know. Let's just keep going, keep figuring it out. I got nothing better to do. I'm in the zone right now. I gotta see this through. That's like one of my, I think, best traits as an artist. I mean, not now. This is different. This is more practice. But you know, I don't start paintings or projects or drawings. I don't start and then not finish. I always finish. I always kind of see it through, which I think is really important. And regardless if it looks bad or good, and you just gotta see it through. You gotta go to the end, and you gotta put in the work. And you know, sometimes things don't turn out great, and that's fine, and that happens all the time. But if every point you kind of are like, oh, this doesn't look good, I could just stop, which is true. You can stop, and not everything you have to just slave over, but you're never going to be able to maybe come out on the other end with something successful. You know, the first sign of adversity or something that doesn't go right, or maybe you're like, you immediately think, oh, this doesn't look good, and then you stop. You know, that's how you get a bunch of negative experience that will lead you away from something that's really enjoyable, or that perhaps you could be really good at, or just have more fun with if you just kind of stick it out and continue to work at it. So I don't want to be a motivational speaker, but yeah, you got to stick it through, just like this one. We're gonna stick this one through to the end. And this nose is it's like black pretty much. It's insane. Yeah, there you go. This also. Oh, we got a bunch of just middle values right there. My guy looks younger than the actual version, which is not ideal, but you know, like this guy doesn't look as wrinkly. Obviously, I'm not done and the textures aren't there yet, but this guy looks way younger. Let's see, what else can I work on? That is getting in my way. My hands are so dirty, I don't want to touch my face. This is a battle. A mental battle. I love it. Okay, there's just so much more dark over here than I always think. It was like my third time passing this part, and it's just continually darker and darker and darker. Pretty much connects right there. We can connect that. We can just generally lower this value. This kind of comes like that. We can put that like that. Okay. Oh, I think it kind of is lighter over here. Maybe that adds to his strong jaw. Something like that. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, are people even still interested? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't ever use a drawing glove. What else is... squinting is a huge advantage to see values, so I'm trying to squint. I could definitely get darker right here in this cheekbone fiasco area. Also this like gout, what is it called? I don't know, like he's kind of got some flabbier skin right here. So you can give that a whirl. This comes even lower, I believe. Nice. There's totally a lot of stuff right here. There's this random thing. This is like a crease. That'll give him some older... Oh, you know what? Those are way off. These creases are totally like this, kind of. It comes sideways and down like that. Yeah. Like that for sure. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're doing good. We're doing good. And like there's so many wrinkles. Right eyebrow down. You're right. Thanks for that. He's kind of got these crazy eyebrows, and some of these eyebrows come just jutting in right there. Some stuff like that. Yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. These wispy eyebrows. Like that. And this is very close right here to being black, but it's not. But I got some like more wrinkles here that I don't want to confuse his eyebrows, but just wrinkles. I mean, those are pretty bad wrinkles, honestly. This is not a good line. Mumbling so hard to myself. It's great. There's this kind of nice line of darkness right there. It's kind of like shadowy. All right. What else is not? What else is kind of looking to get? I can just do more dark here. I know there's something like right here, wasn't there? Or maybe it's over here. Yeah, I got some. This eraser pen comes in great handy because it can kind of erase intensely at places that I need. And so we're gonna put some nice old wrinkles here. Like that. This right here is nice and dark. And same with this. This needs to be dark. And this whole thing is actually just too light. Alrighty. No, this isn't reference from Proco. This is just I found on Pinterest or on Google. I type in academic portrait drawings. I make sure to get the artist, the original artist of this academic drawing. His name is Oliver Sin, S-I-N. If you type in portrait drawing Oliver Sin, I'm sure this picture will come up. This is just good practice and reference for me. Yes, he does look. Some of this part, especially the sizing, is not correct. But I did the best I can. We're not done. We're gonna do some erasure, which is like the best part. Maybe try to bring back some of these good values. No, we're not using a white pencil for this because it's a white background. White pencil wouldn't even work. Like, look, I'll go in the dark point. It doesn't even work. So erasing is how we get more value. Or get lighter value. So first, I'm going to go in with the big parts. Also, is this nose even dark enough? Like, I feel like I could still go blacker with this nose. It's insane. What is this? All right, and there's like a nice light point right here. His eye, which I can bring back like that. Ooh, that's a nice little eye. This kind of goes all the way over here also. All right, now for the best part. My favorite part. I really struggled with this one. It was great for you guys to see, I think. Totally some parts that I just missed and just, yeah, just missed altogether in terms of the proportions. But this is where it's going to pop and maybe look a lot more like it. But we'll see. The nose is super important. We got some nice light right here. Also, this whole nose can be darker so that I can bring back the light points, which is just like this beautiful line of highlights, because the nose is very greasy, and so the specular highlights are way more like watery looking. We can exaggerate that highlight a little because I'm not getting light enough. Something like that. And this is like a little light also over here. Yeah, the ear needs more. I see someone say model of the ear. Coming right up. And so again, this is a very short drawing. Like obviously it's like a little developed, but not to the point that it should be. Oh, you know what? I think it's like this. This could help. Yeah, I'm just messing about now, but we got more over here. There's like these straight, like, things that old people have, old people's skin, I don't know what you call it. Where else, people? I've gotten some great feedback from this live chat, so why don't you keep telling me what you think? What do you see? It's so interesting, probably from your perspective. You've been seeing it just come to life in this static thing. I'm so close to it. I'm looking back and forth, so my kind of perception is a bit skewed. I mean, obviously I'm the artist in this situation, but viewing it, you could have other perspectives of what looks right, what looks wrong, what is what. So I've seen some great comments, and let me know. I'd love to know, because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you see something. I mean, because I'm not using charcoal, it's not as dramatic. It's like this down here needs to be still so much darker. Like, it's insane. And I don't like using pencils like this that are just like, because it becomes shiny and kind of harder to look at. This whole thing needs to be darker. Okay. Bridge on the nose is thinner. Yeah, let's see. Bridge on the nose, I think the next is shorter. Yeah, I think in the actual reference it would keep going down. I just did that. That ear bothers me. Oh, this ear I did a lot wrong here. Yes, the ear is not great, not close. I'm not even gonna look at that. I feel like that triangle shade, part 12 says, I feel like that triangle shade on like the bottom cheek is too sharp. What else? Those eyebrows look fun to draw. Whoa, it's coming in too fast. The ear looks like a child's ear. I think the shadows in the temple and the jaw are a little light so that it doesn't look smooth next to the cheekbone. You could bring it in a little. I think the shadows in the temple and jaw are a little too light. Temple and jaw. Oh, I see. Yeah, nice. Like right here. Maybe that. Did something. I'm going to keep reading. I love these. Thanks for these. Upper chin shadow under lip is too harsh. Upper chin shadow. Oh, yeah, like right here. Upper chin shadow right here. I think that's fine. I mean, I think I could do this, which is like round this shape off more. This is like a dramatically round thing right there. Very bright point. It actually even comes down with more shadow. Yeah, for sure. Like that. I mean, there's like a light point right here. It's kind of random. I wonder what this is. This is just catching some light, that little dotted part. This is kind of whatever. What else? Upper chin shadow lip is. You inspire me. Oh, thanks, Dima. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no. Personally, I think it's a good job started replicating last. A bit of softening out of the shadow all around. Maybe I think the nose is a bit too short. There's too much space between the nose and the upper lip. Ooh, that's a great one. Yes, you're right. So this whole kind of like mouth, what would you call the muzzle of the mouth? I saw that too. I think that's the biggest issue. I think overall, this might be a quarter, like a few inches too long. So if I squish this down, it's obviously too late now. This distance he's talking about, this distance is a tad bit too big. What I could do is I could cheat a little. I could bring the shadow down, and like it can make almost the nose look bigger to then bring it closer to this point in the jaw. And that might be able to do something. I don't know. That's a good call. That is definitely something that is an issue, a big issue that I saw. The ear's slightly more to the left. Oh, also it's just the ear's not straight at all. Like this shape. Yeah, oh my gosh. This shape is like this. It's like straight down. I don't know what this is. I mean, this is a lot in shadow right there. It's more up and down. The ear is bad, okay? Or not bad, it's just unsuccessful, underdeveloped, hardly spent any time on it. The ear can have some severe work. We're gonna forget about the ear, all right? Don't look at the ear! Okay, not the ear. Darker on the eyebrows, they're almost the same value as the nose. You're right, totally right. I mean, this is just like black right here. Just completely. And then there's like, this thing just is one little speck of of an eyelash that I'm going to keep, but yes. Like that, right? Yeah, kind of. Pretty much. I mean, even this right here. You're correct. I agree. And then in turn, this whole shebang. I mean, this is supposed to be like where his eyelid is, right here, but it's like, this is kind of just all disappeared into black. Which is fine. Let's see what else. Ears too far back, needs to be upright. More light his face should be a bit wider. 100% agree. I think that's my biggest issue. I think just like look at this distance. This shadow itself. And so what I could have done, I guess, theoretically, again, I'm too far now, I can't erase this, is I could have just like made this side thicker. But unfortunately the ear needs to be pushed back because it's the ear that's pushing it kind of forward. Don't look at the ear. Whatever you do, don't look at the ear. Yes, some of the proportions are certainly off. Happy with the values though. The values are like fine. Let's hold it really close to it. Does this help people? You can compare more. So even the shadow of the nose can be bigger. I'm looking at this. It's so cool to compare the things right there, but let's see what other people are saying. Don't look at the ear. This also kind of goes up a little higher. You can't even erase it. I've just pushed. I've used too much lead, which is fine, but let's put it back here. Keep talking about it. I bet I have stuff all over my face. I can't even see. I've just been wiping my face. It's also like lighter. It's because I can't erase anymore. But like you see like how this light is lighter. This light is way lighter. I just can't get any lighter than where I'm at right now. So that's something else. You know, maybe you can see. I can see, but I can't get any lighter. Whoa. What was I just looking at that I wanted to fix a little? I mean, this is all disaster right here. Anyways, what else? What else? Small highlight above the right eyebrow. Right eyebrow. I wouldn't call that a highlight. But it's just like maybe brighter. I mean, I think this whole like nostril type thing is like kind of underestimated how big that is. It's quite big. But not too shabby all in all. Yeah, maybe the paper is slightly darker. I saw that. You feel like the proportion is wrong in the mouth area because the top lip is thinner than you see. Yeah, the top lip is... The lips are fine. I'm happy with the lips. Oh, this can be like in more shadow. This is kind of tapers off kind of nicely. Also, this kind of goes up. You need to see that this goes up. And... yeah, people. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Yeah, I could have gotten texture with some cross-hatching. This right here can disappear. There's like a light point. I don't want that. All right, I think we're going to call it there. I'm going to sign this. It's the 29th. So I give these drawings away to my patrons. let's review everything. I'm not leaving yet. Don't worry. You can ask questions still, and we could talk. I'll be on for probably 20 more minutes. But you should check out my Patreon page because I do this live every week. I go live either Sunday or Wednesday. We switch up the days. It's a great time, and I give these drawings away to my patrons. I'll hit them up. We'll do a little raffle or something. Oh, we can't fit them all. We can't fit them all. But these are the 3 people. And this is like, think of how much practice this is. This is my favorite, I think, of the day. Just a beautiful, so fun to draw. If you just joined in, this is the guy we did the Instagram handle up there. You can see, and then this one for this girl. This was like a warm up. We used the pan pastel, but still kind of looked like her. You know what I mean? And then we finish it off with a bigger shebang. Now that I'm looking at this, not too bad. I mean, when we're comparing literally from site to site right here, like it's so easy to pick out things. But like if I turn this away and we just like hung out for a second and just look at this, like not too shabby at all. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know which one's your favorite. We're going to try to do these lives every month. But again, if you want to check out the Patreon link in the description, we go live every week. And again, I'm not trying to blast it like because I'm money hungry and I want everyone to sign up for my Patreon. But people, I get like 200 DMs a week. I get emails asking about more access to videos, more how-tos. They want to talk to me more. And I try to respond to everyone on Instagram, but 200 conversations is just impossible. So on Patreon, there's a private Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a messaging platform where me and the patrons talk way more. It's easier for me to talk to you guys, and I talk about my projects, and I talk about art critiques and things like that. So Patreon, I'm just blasting this out for people who want the more access. They want to talk to me more. They want to be a part of these live sessions more. Go over to Patreon because that's the place. All right, it's only $5 a month. I think that's pretty worth it. I don't know. It's for you to decide for people. But yeah, YouTube videos every week. Releasing custom limited edition pins and stickers very soon in like a week or something. Hello from Chile. What's up, Felipe? Tyler Graves. Yeah, this is just a signature I do every once in a while just for sketches. Really quick. Nothing crazy. Much love to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll leave this up if you want to rewatch it or you just came in and you want to see the older drawings. I'll leave those up. 3 hours and 32 minutes. Wow. Went by fast. We got some tea right here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everyone who did the super chat also. That's the first time I did the super chat. Total of $66. Hopefully those questions were answered by those people. Nothing but love. Everyone who's still here, let's do a what should we do? What emoji? Let's do the robot emoji. Everyone do the robot emoji. We'll sign off with that. What's up, Kelly? Everyone do the robot emoji before we leave. Yes, I see one. Thank you, everyone. Robot. Ah, yes. Yes. Robot. Nice, I love it. Dr. Jones threw in some poop emojis. Come on, man. Come on, man. How about this? That's it. I'm going to sign off, all right? Peace and love. Stay tuned on Instagram because I post updates there. Also, YouTube videos coming every week. Got some epic stuff. Look at this bad boy. She looks better right now without any of the reference. Okay. See you, stream.